Hi chess friends, this is the FIDE master Alessandro Santagati, and in this video we will see how play against another interesting variation with Qd6. In the last videos we focused attention about a6. Today we see what happened after c6. My tip in this variation is play immediately knight e5. This move is good because you block the center, and at the same time this move can allow bishop f4. It can be very important to make pressure against the enemy queen and also to have a fast development. After this move, if bishop f5 or for example g6 or other moves, bishop f4 is fine. If black play knight d7, bishop f4 is playable, but I don't think it's the best move, because after knight e5 we must go back or we must take it, and I don't like it so much. So it's playable, but I don't think it's the best move for white. After knight d7, I think can work for white knight c4, and it's interesting. Remember that queen b4 doesn't work because there is a3 and the queen now is lost, no squares for this queen, and so the queen has to go to c7, and my tip in this position is play queen f3. Queen f3 is useful is to castle on the queen side because free the square d1, but at the same time this queen on f4, or sorry, the queen on f3 can be useful to allow bishop f4, and for this reason, if now black moves for example e6, now bishop f4 is very strong because the queen is under attack, and if queen d8 that now is forced, there is knight d6 forcing the trade, and now this bishop is very strong because it can avoid the castle and it can exploit in a good way the weaknesses in the dark squares. So for example, if knight b6, now also queen g3 can work, defending and attacking g7. So in this case, white position is very strong. Okay, we can go back. So for example, okay, so if e6, we have bishop f4 very strong. If other moves, for example, if g6, I think again bishop f4 is a good move because the queen is forced to go away, and black queen has only a square, so d8, and after that we can play castle queen side, and we can have a good attack. We can attack, for example, with the h4 in the future to attack the king side, and the white is fine, easy position for white without problems. Okay, so if g6 or a6, white is fine. The only move I think to have an equal position for black is knight b6, and again bishop f4 is good for white because it's attacking the queen, and the queen is forced to go away. Or d8, if queen d8 I will play easily bishop e5, and the white is very good because I can defend the pawn. The next move I can castle, and sorry, not the next move, but when I can avoid bishop g4. So for example, now play the bishop e5. If black play, I don't know, we can imagine h6 to think about a useless move. If you play first h3 to avoid bishop g4 and then castle queen side. If black moves for example e6, you don't need to play h3 because now bishop is blocked. You can simply play castle queen side and the white is fine. So yeah, castle queen side is a good move for white. Okay, very well. So the point is g4, but if you avoid that threat, white is fine with the castle queen side and the other good attack. Usually, the best move for black is queen d7. The idea is make pressure against d4 and at the same time propose the trade of the queen. But you can simply play bishop e5. When queen g4, you avoid the trade with queen e3. And if knight e5, you can just trade one knight and then move your queen away. And the white is fine because black can have problem about the development. The bishop on f8 is blocked for this time. Black has to play e6. And now you can play also knight e3, for example. And if take, you take with the queen. And the easy idea for white would be force this queen to go away and the castle. So for example, if bishop e7, you play bishop also c4 or e2 can be fine. I think e2 can be slightly better for white. And if queen takes g2, we must think about castle queenside, because yes, we lost a pawn, but with a good attack with rook g1 and rook takes. But oh sorry, I make a mistake with the arrow, but I mean this rook on g1 is much better. Okay, well, so we go back, so this can be an idea for white, I think, but probably f3 is better to attack the queen, because now the queen is forced to go back, so g6. Now I can play d3 with the bishop, and if queen takes, I will need to play rook g1, and after that I can play rook to g7. And now white has a very strong position, because f7 is under attack. I can make pressure also, maybe in the future with this, but simply I can play castle queenside now, and black has problem about how safe is king. So yeah, this position is very strong. So in this position, bishop e2, bishop c4 is playable, but f3 is much better. Okay, so we go back, queen e3, and yeah, knight e5, I can just trade, and queen here. Probably now the best move for black is bishop f5. In this case, bishop e2 is okay, and the queen j6. It's also possible to take the pawn, but after castle queenside, I have a good activity with the pieces, so white is fine. If queen g6, I can play castle queenside, and after, for example, I don't know, to do an example, e6, there is g4, and the bishop is trapped. If h5 to avoid g4, I can play h3, we needed to play g4, so again, if you play e6, I think there is the same problem, because I can play g4, and white is fine. If h4, to avoid that, I play bishop f3, I make pressure against the knight, and after that, I will play, in the future, queen e2 to play then g4. The white has a good position. H takes, bishop takes, and knight can go to e5, and I can attack with rook g1. So this is a good variation for white, and this is my tip against c6. Okay, very well. So we full attention about this variation, and we must remember this. Queen f3 is a key move to bring the bishop to f4, castle queenside. And this is a good development for white. Okay, thank you for the attention. If you have questions, feel free to comment above and below. And thanks for your attention, and see you for the next videos. Bye. Remember to follow me on social networks and share the video with your friends. Thanks!